Hello everyone. This is Monday, April 26th, 2021. It's about 12 degrees today at 1 p.m. Today I'm just walking around in downtown Dartmouth and no destination in mind, but it's just a walk around trying to get the feeling of what's going on in Dartmouth. Since we are under a lockdown now, a semi-lockdown, there's still a lot of people out walking around, and a lot of people are getting COVID-19 tests today. So that's what my walk is going to be about today, just walking around, trying to get the pulse of what it's like under lockdown right now, who all's out and who's not, and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so we'll walk across the street here. Just down the street there's a huge lineup for people getting testing for COVID. So we'll have a look at that. It's kind of chilly day today. It's 12 degrees and there's a wind blowing, so it's not super warm today. But it is what it is. Yeah, I was going to do a different video today, but due to the weather, it's kind of cold and windy, and it was raining a little bit, so we're going to just try doing this video today, which should still be interesting because we want to see how much stuff was closed down and what's open. I can tell you the hair salons are all closed, and in-store dining is closed. You can get takeout. You buy a coffee, you can take it with you, but you can't sit down in there. Well, I see just a little bit of work going on in the corner here. That kind of stuff is continuing. The buses are running, and people are out doing things. So it's not a complete lockdown. It's just one step back. And this is supposed to last. They gave us a month right now and see what it does, see what a month does. If a month makes a difference and the cases start dropping, and then they probably hold it there. But if it gets worse, they'll probably go into the next stage lockdown. So that's all we can do is try our best to keep things good. If you watch my video from yesterday, you'll see that I was out and got my vaccination yesterday, my first one I got yesterday, and never suffered any ill effects from that. It went really well. It went quite smooth, and so that was good. I feel a little better today knowing I had it, and still got one more to get in August, which is then I'll be fully vaccinated, but at least I got one. That's a start. Now, when I get up here, I got to put my mask right up because these are all people that's getting tested in this lineup. All right, so a lot of them wouldn't have COVID; they're just testing. But there's a lot of young people here in this lineup, and some of them could be sick. So I'm going to stay my distance just in case. And as you can see, there's quite a lineup of people getting tested here today. And that line goes all the way down the bottom and down past that building. So, and a good deal of them are young people. I think they're students and probably concerned about maybe being exposed because the way students, not all, but some of the students have been behaving, they're at high risk. So I don't consider myself to be at high risk because I don't hang out with that many people, and when I go out making a video, I'm by myself. So I don't consider it high risk. But there's always the times when somebody right out of the blue comes up to you and they don't have their mask on. That's happened a couple of times. Anyway, I had my shot yesterday, so that ought to be some protection. That lineup is coming all the way down here. So you see them there. That's where the lineup starts for people getting tested. There must be a big concern. People have thought that maybe they went to a party or associated large crowds and they weren't careful. So now they're getting tested to make sure. I don't know, I never do that kind of stuff. I try to stay my distance, wear my mask, and I don't associate with too many people right now. And I just go about my business doing what I'm doing, and that's it. So I'll try to keep my head low and stay out of trouble. That's my motto. So, okay, let's see, something come up on my screen. The empty something, I'm not sure what it is. I guess it's nothing serious. A sign came up on my phone, but whatever it was, I couldn't quite read it fast enough and it disappeared. So not to worry. All right. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to walk around, try to see what's open and what's closed and all that stuff. I know there's a lot of people getting tested today. And I guess they are concerned because otherwise you wouldn't be out here, so they're really concerned. And if my voice gets muffled, it's because I had to pull my mask up. I'm leaving it on and I just pull it down to talk so my voice won't be so muffled. And if somebody approaches me, I'll pull my mask back up. And so it may get a little fuzzy from time to time. If you see all these yellow flowers here, this little park is donated, it's for cancer survivors, this garden. Daffodil garden for cancer survivors. All right? So if we want, I can walk around through here. I think I did it on a previous visit, but we'll do it again just to see. It says path to recovery. Walk in through here and around, and this is shaped in the form of a, you know, the ribbon that they have for breast cancer. They have that ribbon. This is shaped in the form of a ribbon, like that. So we'll walk around through here. Remember how far we've come. Be defined by courage, not cancer. This is a great place to come if you're somebody who is sick with cancer and you're trying to find encouragement and some hope. Walk around in here, spend some time sitting here, and I'm sure you will feel better when you leave here. And let's have a look at these pictures right here. These people standing here. There's the little ribbons down there on the ground in front of them. Whoops, my phone said warning, difficulty with something, but we'll continue on. Okay, so there's a family together, a man, his wife, and a child. Committing to self-care is the most important part of treatment. Stay positive. Believe you'll be one of the many who conquer cancer. And all these daffodils are for people to come in here and enjoy. I must be out of the wind right here because it seems warmer for some reason right here. So I guess we'll walk over to Portland and then we'll walk down Portland and have a look at the stores that are all closed over there and that kind of thing. So here's a parking lot, permit parking only. Okay, you gotta have a permit if you're gonna park here. Those are probably people that come here every day for their work that use this little parking lot. A week or two ago, there was an outbreak in these buildings right here. And I haven't heard anything about that lately, so they must have got that under control. But that was one hot spot right there. Well, I hope we have a seat warmer right here. I guess it was cold by the water. I was hanging out down by the Ferry Terminal for a while and had a coffee and just sitting there looking out over the water. And the wind was blowing pretty good down there, but it seems a lot warmer up here, so it must be because the water. Well, anyways, we're gonna walk around downtown here in Dartmouth today. And that's as far as I'm gonna go today, but this should be an interesting walk nevertheless. There's a lot of nice things to see here, like that garden for cancer survivors, and there's all kinds of beautiful things in this city of Dartmouth that is very interesting to show you. A lot of things I have showed you. I'll show you something over here that's interesting. There's a diving school here where they train people to be divers, and they've got every kind of equipment here you need to learn how to dive and do it safely. There's boats, there's water tanks, all kinds of stuff here. And I just walk over and give you a quick look at it. And we won't be able to go in, but we can just look at the stuff in the yard here and have a quick look, okay? You notice a lot of places where you walk in Halifax, you'll see the train tracks. There's a train kind of winds through here, and there's a lot of train tracks and a lot of little bridges and water, things like that. Because that's all part of the canal that runs through Dartmouth. That goes all, here's a little picture here about the canal. So this is Sullivan's Pond down here, and the track went all the way down to the Dartmouth Cove, and that's the way they haul goods up through this canal right here, all the way up through to Sullivan's Pond, which is out there, the Shubenacadie Canal. And it was an engineering marvel operated between 1861 and 1871. All right, so I just showed you that. I showed this before, different spots, but I just kind of showing a general picture of it again, since we're right here on the bridge and the canal's below us, and it goes out into the pond right there. That's where it would have brought the goods up from that came in on the ocean. They brought them up through that spot right there, and all the way up through the canal to Sullivan's Pond, and offloaded things up there. So anyways, this is the diving school down here. Okay? And they got a lot of stuff. They got a lot of boats and tanks and water, stuff with water, and anything you need to learn to dive, they got it down there. Air compressors, everything. And it's a great school if you want to learn to dive, to deep sea dive, and go out in the ocean and do diving. It's the place to come and learn how to do that here and learn it safely. Myself, I don't have any ambitions to become a diver, but for those that do, this is where you do it. You'll see on the sign that boat there, Dominion Diving. I'll see if I can zoom it up there for you when we get an open spot. There we go. I'll see if I can zoom it up so you can read it on the boat. There we go. Dominion Diving. Alright, we'll zoom back out here. There we go. So, this is the old flea market grounds that we're going to be going through. I did a video on this one day too. Showed all the murals and things on the buildings in here. But I'm just doing a walk around today to look at various things. So we may pass some of the stuff I showed in previous videos, but that's okay. This is another day and another time, and nothing stays the same. In spite of the buildings that look the same, there's something always different. So, look at all this equipment they got in here for diving. You just imagine, eh? There's a lot to learn about going out of the ocean and diving and doing it safely. It's not something I want to take up. But anyways, I know I showed you all these murals on the back of these buildings once before, so it's not a big deal today. We've already covered it. And I heard that some buildings are going to be torn down to make way for new stuff, because there's a lot of valuable property right in here. And these buildings aren't being used for anything, as near as I know. There used to be a flea market down here, and that didn't work out very good. And then COVID came along, and that just put the end to the whole thing. It wasn't very successful anyways. So, well, we'll walk up towards Portland Street and have a look at things up here. See, as you can see, there's a lot of land down here that's not being used for anything. And so I have a feeling with all the stuff that's being built and renovated and things, that all this land down here could be used for development, which it probably will be. I know part of it up by Portland Street is slated for tearing it down and building new condo buildings and stores and things. And I just don't know about all this down here, but it's possible that this could be in the future turned into something. Got a little bit of a breeze here, but I don't think it'll bother my microphone too much. Maybe a little bit, not too much. So we'll walk in here on the gravel. There we go. This is a good spot to walk. I'll just put my mask up because I'm approaching somebody standing here. It's always good to have your mask on if you're going to be around anybody else. And these murals right here are still in good shape. My favorite in here, Jimi Hendrix. You want to see Jimi Hendrix? We'll walk over and I'll show you a nice mural of Jimi Hendrix. That's my favorite one in here. You can probably see it already, but we'll go over and get a close-up look at it. And hello. I won't put you on YouTube. I just want to see Jimi Hendrix. Let my viewers see that mural.
You won't see him. He did.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix right there. Yeah. This is a good little spot to hang out. It's out of the wind.
Did you get a picture of that one around the corner?
I came by one day before and I did all of them in here.
Oh.
But I'm just doing a different video today.
Stone rabbit. Bugs Bunny. Don't call her rabbit, it's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, this is pretty good in here. You're right. You got a nice, nice. I just want to see what it feels like in here. Oh yeah, you're all sheltered and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Well, I won't bother you guys,
All right.
and have a
Taping.
have a great day.
You too.
See you guys. Well, there you go. I see a little hangout spot in there because it's got really sheltered from the wind really good, and those guys are having a little friendly, probably a little drink. I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't want to make an issue out of all that, but probably what they do. They hang out in there and have a drink and sit and talk and smoke and maybe some weed. I don't know. I'm not going to judge them, whatever they do, but they seem like a friendly bunch. And so anyways, we're now going up to look at the stores and see what's open and see what's closed. I'll pull my mask down now. That muffles my voice. I got a voice that's easily muffled anyways, but I don't want to make it worse with a mask on if I can help it. So here we go. We're going to go right up to Portland and then go downtown. We're still downtown, but the stores are all, you go up to the corner and turn left, and we'll go down through the main business district and see how much is open and how much is closed. Because we are under a lockdown now. Things went really well for quite a while, babies. It was good. There was hardly any cases. It was like once there was under 10, then it worked its way up to 20 or 30. Hung out around that neighborhood for a while, and eventually it started rising. And then it started jumping by 50 a day. And before we knew it, we're almost to 200. By the time the count's in today, we might be over 200. And you had all those people lined up for testing. So, somewhere along the way, things got out of hand. And now we're on lockdown. Trying to get it under control again. But it's not a complete lockdown. There's drive-through. You can buy food from restaurants. You just can't sit inside and have it. You can buy coffee through a takeout window. And actually, you can go in the store and buy your coffee. And most of the coffee shops, their washrooms are open. So if you have to go to the washroom, you can go. Because you can't just have nowhere to go to the washroom, because then people, if they don't have anywhere to go to the washroom, what are they going to do? You have to stay home. So I can't walk yet because there's an arrow on that light. So I've got to wait till that arrow stops, and then I can walk. Somebody coming behind me, so I better pull my mask back up until they go by.
No, I can't go to work now.
No.
I can't go to work now, so I gotta go get my test.
There we go. Now we got a walk sign. We got a walk sign now. It don't last long. I noticed one thing about Halifax. When you get the walk sign to walk through an intersection, you can't make it before it changes. Not very many of these walk signs last long enough. But anyways, enough about that. We'll continue on down Portland. And now we're looking to see what's open and what's closed. Okay. This is a hairstyling place. For sure, that's gold. For sure, that's closed. Walk-ins, temporarily not accepted. Please call for appointment. So, that's closed. You can make an appointment to get your hair cut. I've had a haircut when I had to keep my mask on, and you just hold it while they're trimming around that area, and then pull it back up, and they cut your hair even though you're wearing a mask. Okay, there's a flower shop. It says, we are back to operating with curbside pickup deliveries only. Okay, so you have to do the same thing with that one. Sorry, we're closed. Masks are mandatory, but now the store is closed. So you can't get in there today. And that's going to be the story, I think, with most of these stores now. They're closed until further notice because of the lockdown. It's a bad time to be in business because they just got things going again from the other lockdown, and things were starting to do pretty good, and some new stores were opening up. And now it's all closed down again. So that's how it goes. Okay, so this is a restaurant. It says now open 7 days a week, but it looks very closed. So I would say if you look at the door, you'll see dining room is closing again. Okay, reopen unknown. Sorry. So that is closed as well. So you're going to see a lot of stuff closed now. We're kind of getting used to it, but we still don't like it. You like to be able to walk down your street in your town or city and go in stores and shop and dine and have coffee and hang out. We all like to do those things. That's part of life. Those are the things that we enjoy doing. But now we can't do it because of this COVID-19, and it's spreading it again with this variant. And so that's how it goes. We just hope for a better time soon when things will open back up and the virus won't be a problem. And this one is one shopper per house, please, for the next 4 weeks. One person can go in, but only one at a time, okay? I see they sell masks here, and you can buy tie-dye masks for $5 in here, which that's pretty cool. And nice t-shirts there too, they look nice. Right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. This is a tattoo shop, and it says, due to new provincial COVID lockdown regulations, any business performing these services has to stay locked. These measures will be in place 2 weeks to 4 weeks. They're going to try 4 weeks, but if it gets better in 2 weeks, they'll open back up. So if we all try really hard for the next couple of weeks, we might find a loosening up of the rules if we try really hard and bring the numbers down. Let's don't do anything to spread the virus, and we might see these things open back up before too long. If you continue having big parties and stuff and not taking any precautions, you're going to see that it's going to be locked up for a very long time. And nobody wants that. Let's just put ourselves out a little bit right now for the long-term good. Okay, that's my philosophy on it. Put ourselves out a little bit right now, and then maybe this will come to an end before too long. And I'm hoping that once the vaccine's rolled out for everybody, they're doing it in stages, different ages, get the vaccine. So once everybody has it, and go get it, because I'm telling you, it's not a big inconvenience at all, and it's painless. Believe me, I had mine yesterday and I barely felt a thing. So go get your vaccine, and in the long run, you'll be happy you did, and you'll be protected. You don't have to worry so much walking around that you might get sick. And if you do catch it, it won't be near as bad as if you didn't have the vaccine. But hopefully everybody will stay safe and won't catch it and transmit it and pass it around. Because we'll never get out of this mess if we keep doing that. All right. I got that off my chest. Now let's keep walking around, see what's open and what's closed. And Portland Street in downtown Dartmouth is the main business street, for sure. It's where most of the stores are. And it's a nice place. The summertime is really booming here. And people are out on the street and walking around, and the stores are going. And it's too bad that this year, like last summer, we're on lockdown. But we'll get through it, and it won't be that bad. So we're quite resilient people here. We'll get through this, and everything will be okay. We just gotta suffer a little bit to make it better. Well, I'm getting a lot of wind as I get close to the water here, but I want to go all the way down Portland, and I'm not sure after that what direction we'll go. Now, the drugstores do remain open because people have always got to go to the drugstore. You got to be able to get your prescriptions filled and things like that, so it's open. Here's a guy doing some deliveries. I won't get in his way. And I'll stay here till he gets his card out and give him some room. Yep, these kind of jobs have to go on regardless of what is going on. People have to deliver things to the stores. My wife does that job, and she has to deliver things like that all day. So we just hope that she stays safe, as does all these drivers that deliver things to the stores and to houses. There's the store right there. Looks like a lingerie store, and it's curbside, order online. Order online and come there and pick it up. They'll bring it out. Okay. So that's pretty much the order of the day here. Everything's pick it up at the door and no shopping. And a lot of things have gone out of business because you'll see several signs like that for lease. There's several buildings that are no longer a store. Some have tried to start and barely got going. This one here's a new one right here. It's not quite open yet when we got into the lockdown. So, and I'm sure this one will be something soon again. Let's just hope that we can keep things open next time they open up, and everybody behave, everybody try not to transmit this virus around, and don't go from town to town and place to place and then get out and shop around, and because we got to just try our best to keep it under control. Don't go out partying and mixing with people and all that kind of stuff. Stick with your family, a couple of close friends, and that's it until we get through this. Is that a good idea? I think so. Let's see, how many minutes have we been at this here? 34 minutes, we're doing good. And look, this lineup is still just as long as it was before. I'm just going to stay back here until we get a green light. And these workers are still here on the corner. They were here an hour ago. Probably be here half a day at least, maybe longer. And so we're going to walk right across the road here now and have a look at this lineup of people waiting to get tested. It hasn't shortened a bit since I walked by it earlier. So we're going to walk right down here now to the water and maybe take a little walk around this area. We're back at the Ferry Terminal where I was pretty much when I started out this morning. Look at this line up there everywhere. It goes right around, all the way around there. People wanting to get tested because they're worried. And I'm not worried because I don't associate with too many people. Yeah, I'm not really worried or concerned that I have COVID. So, and I try to keep my distance from everybody. And like I said, I got the vaccine and I think I'm fairly safe. As safe as one can be in this environment we find ourselves in right now. So, I see a train up there. Might be coming down. If we're lucky, you might get a good look at the train going through here. Maybe, we'll see.
Wait, where is it?
So this is the ferry terminal again, which I come down here a lot because it's kind of nice here. You can look over at the city, and there's benches to sit on, and there's a Tim Hortons inside the building. You can buy coffee and come out here and sit down. So it's really kind of a neat place. Not many towns have something like this. This is a unique thing to Halifax and Dartmouth. They have a terminal on the other side that's got some. It's not quite the same as this one. This one on this side has got more places to sit maybe, but the other side has places too. So you can, the only thing is they don't have a Tim Hortons in their terminal, but they have one just down the street from the terminal. So you can go there and buy a coffee and come back and sit down. And there's places to sit too and enjoy the day. Just the same as there is here. And I know what we'll do. Let's walk out by the water and we'll watch the ferry boat come in. And we'll zoom in across the city and have a look at the city and stuff like that, okay? So look, that lineup is all the way down here, through there and up there, zigzag up to the top and down the street. That's how many people are waiting to get tested. So no doubt by the end of the day, our numbers will have jumped really high because out of all those people getting tested, there's bound to be a number who have the virus. I think most people that get tested it's because they're concerned they might have the virus. The ones that know there's very little chance of getting the virus because of their lifestyle and what they do every day, they know there's very small chance they would have it. They're not going to bother getting in line to get tested. Well, some might, but I'm not going to do that because, well, two reasons. I don't believe that I have it. And the second reason is, if you stand in that line with all those people waiting to be tested, and you happen to be standing right next to somebody that has it, then you might pick it up just standing there waiting to get tested. So if you don't have to, then that's my thoughts on it. If I don't have to do it, then I'm not going to do it. But sometimes you have to because your job, like my wife's job, if she goes in, they take their temperature every morning. And if you got a high temperature, they'll send you home and you have to get tested and come back with a paper saying that you were tested and you're negative. And then you got to get your fever down and then you got to come back to work. But if you got it, then you're off until such time as you're better and you're no longer able to communicate the disease to somebody. All right, so let's look over at the city here and see if we can zoom up on the skyline here. It's a small city, but nevertheless, it's interesting. There we go. Now, we'll try to move around slow, because when you focus it up, it gets a little bit jerky. So we'll just move around slow here, and there's one of the ferries coming in. As it comes in, we'll take a closer look at it. It's a little ways off yet. You can see it right there. And we'll look at that when it gets a little closer. And there's our beautiful city of Halifax across the harbor there. You can see all the construction cranes up and all the buildings going up. It's a very exciting time. And the McDonald Bridge is over there in the background. I'll lower my camera down just a little bit. There we go. The McDonald Bridge. I might have went too far, but anyways, yeah, it's over there. There we go. There's the bridge. Now I'm going to zoom back out. And I'm going to walk over so when the ferry comes in, I can get a good look at that, okay? On a nice warm summer day, this is absolutely a beautiful place down here. Absolutely beautiful. If it wasn't for the COVID, you'd see all the ice cream stores and food places and stuff down here, but that's kind of all been shut down because of the virus. So we'll see what happens as the summer comes by. And I better walk faster. The boat's going to be in before I get over there. We want to watch them come in. Just in case you've never seen one of our Ferries Docking, we'll walk right over here and you can have a good look at it coming in. This one is called the Rita Joe. They all got names, as any craft would have that goes out on the water. All right, here we are. We'll get a good look at them now, coming into the terminal here. And there's some wind blowing, of course, when I'm out here. We're right out getting out into the water here now. We're getting a lot of wind. I pull my mask down now, it'll look better. Kind of trying to shield my microphone if I can. Okay, let's zoom up on it. There, now we have a good look at it. Whoa, the wind is really strong. Alright, so there's the ferry coming in. Here's one right here that's not being used right now. They got one going and one coming at the same time, and this one is just sitting here. I guess it's not in use right now, but I think it's the one they'll use maybe for Woodside when it doesn't run steady all day. Not necessarily. Sometimes it goes in the morning and goes again at night and don't run all day because there's not that much call for it down there in Woodside, except students, and that'd be in the morning and at night. So that's probably the one for that. So I have a friend up in Ontario, and his name is Keith, and I'm just going to give him a little shout out here in case he's going to watch this video. He probably will. So Keith, what do you think of our wonderful city of Halifax? Isn't it beautiful? With all this water around here and boats coming in. And the ocean's right out that way. You go right straight out there and you're looking right out on the ocean. It's absolutely a beautiful place here in the summer. We're just getting into the warmer weather. It's kind of cold today, the wind's blowing, but if you ever have the opportunity to see this down here, you'll fall in love with it. I've lived in almost every province in Canada at one time or another in my life, and this city is probably number one in my books. It's the best place I've ever lived. I can't think of a place I lived that I like better than Halifax. It's absolutely beautiful. Now we are in Dartmouth, but we're just across the water, and it's a separate city, but yet it's all one. The Halifax Transit comes over here. It's here and over there both. It's just the same thing. And this is called the HRM, Halifax Regional Municipality. And there is Dartmouth, and there's Halifax, and there's Bedford, and there's Spryfield, and there's all kinds of little towns, but it's all part of Halifax in that way. So it is, I gotta say, it is absolutely a wonderful place to live. The prices are going up because a lot of people are moving here. And I found out that Halifax is the fastest growing city in Canada right now. People are moving back from Ontario and Alberta and BC and some from Quebec. So the place is growing fast here. And right now, I think our population is somewhere around 500,000, give or take a little bit. But it's growing very quickly because of all the people moving here. And before you know it, we'll be much larger. So this morning I was here and I sat on this bench and it was all covered in water. I had to wipe it off. But now the wind and everything has dried it out. It's not wet now. So I'm just going to sit here for a couple of minutes, and probably I'll end my video here because I'm up to 47 minutes. And so let me see. I'm going to turn it around, okay, towards the way I'm sitting, and to end my video today. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, hit that like button, and to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, you can become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button, and if you want to be notified every time you get a new video, which is about 3 times a week, that bell will ring if you hit that bell. All right? So everybody have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye for now.